Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is living in fear as his office has been stormed by the Democratic Women's Caucus, at least according to him. I'll share what they have to say regarding the demand that he swear in the newly elected Grijalda from New Mexico. Here's what he has to say.
And this is while Democrats are playing political games. Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the video online that they themselves shared, or someone did. They berated a Capitol Police officer.
By the way, I love that he says they're playing games when their demand is just that he does a job. That's not storming your office. This is storming an office, okay? It's a little bit different. They just want you to do your job.
Screamed at him. He was just merely standing his post. Shows again their disdain for law enforcement, as we see all around the country, the Democrats and everyone in that party, screaming, assaulting the ICE officers. They did it right here in the Capitol last night. A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation. It also shows a very strong contrast between the party that is working for the people and trying to keep the government open and do the right thing, and the party that is engaging in all this nonsense.
Now, no one believes this. Nobody believes Mike Johnson as he pisses on our legs and tells us it's raining. Here is the very violent assault on Mike Johnson's office.
Swear her in! Swear her in! Swear her in! Let's just be really clear. If I were a Republican, I would have already been sworn in.
Right.
And that is not acceptable. They're afraid of me signing and being the 218 signer to the Epstein position. Yep. And I think that that's important.
Has your election been certified?
My election was certified today.
And we're having a pro forma this week. Are they swearing you in?
No, I have not had one word from Speaker Johnson.
On behalf of the American public, Mike Johnson, quit being a bitch and just do your job. Now, of course, this is so opportune that he can hide behind the government shutdown, which again, he could literally do, they're calling this political stunts, but the stunt is what they're doing, which is finding any reason whatsoever to keep her from being able to do her job, which will be the deciding vote to release the Epstein files, which is the greatest conspiracy in our modern era.
Let's just be very clear. This speaker has sworn in 3 other members, now members in a special, under 24 hours after their election. And 2 Republicans, 1 Democrat. The only difference is I am not a Caucasian male, and also I am a woman of color from Arizona, and 700,000 people deserve to have their voice heard.
Right.
And I am so grateful for this caucus and the mujeres that have joined me here today.
Now, I said New Mexico earlier. My apologies. Arizona and New Mexico, very different, very dry, but both beautiful states. Love Arizona. I'm a witness for the state of Arizona in an upcoming trial. Love Arizona here. And yeah, people are saying, should we just not pay our taxes? We don't have representation.
Because let's just be really clear. If I were a Republican, I would have already been sworn in.
So there it is. And look, there's this double standard you've seen for so long here with the Republican Party, like Mitch McConnell. He refused to swear in, Supreme Court justices because, Obama was in the final year of his term. And then when Trump's in the final year, he swears it in. So it's like they bend the rules in so many blatant ways that it's hard to imagine how they get away with it. In this instance, why is Mike Johnson, doing the bidding of pedophiles? Really, just release the Epstein files. And yet, I don't know what they hope, that they can delay this to the extent that people either A, forget about it, or we're in a full-blown war by then and we just cancel the next elections anyway. I don't understand what the strategy is, and it could just be they're living to survive another day. Telehealth has made mental health care more convenient and accessible for millions of people. Finding a suitable therapist in the expensive out-of-pocket cost still keep many from getting the care they need. Rula is on a mission to make high-quality mental health care from a licensed professional easy and affordable for everyone. Rula's got you covered. They take most major insurance plans, and the average copay is only $15 per session. Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists nationwide, enabling you to find your personalized solution and the right therapist for you. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey towards improved mental health and overall well-being. So head on over to Rula.com/rushhour to get started today. After you sign up, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Go to RULA.com/rushhour and take the first step towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. Well, Donald Trump has a very important announcement here. I don't know if you guys knew this. Groceries are down.
And you had the greatest inflation. The last administration had the greatest inflation in the history of our country. And now, as you know, groceries are down. It's all down.
But on the shutdown, are you settling?
Imagine Donald Trump at like a Kroger, just being like, feeling avocados. Avocados, it's like they're always so not ready to eat or 2 days past their date. You're right. There's just you never. How many times I've got a pineapple sitting on next to my sink that is rotting because I didn't cut it in time. Anyway, I digress. So here, it's like he has no. First of all, yes, there was inflation. We were living in a pandemic, and coming out of that pandemic, a lot of money was injected into the economy to keep us from falling into a recession or even worse. The United States was the cat's meow coming out of the pandemic. It was the best or one of the best countries in terms of how we were able to get inflation under control and keep the economy rip-roaring and all of that. So yes, there was inflation, but was it worth the cost of what it led to keep people from what could have been a far worse situation? I honestly don't know, but to say that grocery prices are down now is insane. There are crops that are going bad on fields because migrant workers are afraid to go to work because they've been ripped away from their families. And there's other trade reasons as to why crops are expensive. Prices are not down at all. I used to go to Trader Joe's and I could get one bag, every bag of groceries I bought, no matter what I put in there, it was $25 each. Every bag. Now they're $50 each. It is insane how expensive it is out there, and people aren't making any more money. And it's like, at what point will people have had enough? Not really sure. So the reason the government is shut down, we already know this, but the reason the government is shut down is that the Democrats are using that as leverage to put into policy that they won't cut the subsidies that keep people's health care low. And a lot of folks that are on Medicare or the Affordable Care Act are going to be spending double starting in 2026. And what's so interesting about this is the majority of people that are on the marketplace that is going to skyrocket are Republican. Now, as someone who's progressive, you might label me as Democrat, but as someone who's progressive, I hate the political ideologies because the Democratic Party is a white tent, just like the Republican Party is, and you hate to be labeled as one versus the other. But as a progressive, I wouldn't want the Affordable Care Act to go away because it would benefit more people on the other side. That's insane. We're all humans. We need to act like it.
Who are the ACA marketplace enrollees? Look at this. The plurality are actually Republicans. Republicans are more likely to use the marketplace than Democrats are at 45%. Democrats at 35%. Then you get independents at 20%. But the key nugget here is Republicans are more likely, in fact, to be the enrollees in the marketplace than Democrats are. And the majority of the enrollees, 57%, are in Republican-held congressional districts like Marjorie Taylor Greene's.
So for me, honestly, part of me, the inhumane sort of psycho inside my brain, just wants to say, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Show us how much it's going to cost. Let's all just live through this. We have to burn off this sore of an experiment called the MAGA movement at this point. Burn it off. Burn off this Project 2025. Let's see how bad it can get. But then I also know people are going to die. People are going to die because they can't afford to go to the hospital. They can't afford insurance. And it's going to lead to so much more pain and suffering for the middle and lower middle class. And that's the side that I lean on. But that one side goes, you know what? I can afford if my payments for my family go from $1,300 to $2,600 a month. Is that an insane amount? Fuck yeah, it's an insane amount. And we should be fighting. And on the short term, that means a lot of people aren't getting paid. But the framing as to why this is going down, I just don't think the Republicans are going to come out of this one winning it. Meanwhile, we've got President Trump giving $20 billion to the Argentinian president, and people are calling it out, and yet somehow he still thinks this is pro-America.
We're confident that President Milei is going to do well. We've been criticized by a couple of American Peronists, like Senator Warren. And, you know, she and...
That's a compliment. She has no idea what she's doing. She's a nasty, horrible senator. Go ahead. Other than that, I like her very much.
Donald Trump ran for office proclaiming he would do America first. Instead, he is sending 20 billion American taxpayer dollars to bail out his buddy in Argentina, and he's doing this after Argentina has just cozied up to China and cut a deal with China.
Yeah, it's the biggest bitch move in the world. He gives them $20 billion, our money, and then what does Argentina do? They decide to buy soy or sell their soy to China instead, whatever, right? So it's just like, dude, how, like, what a cuck, right? I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And then we got the issue of the Pentagon being revolted on by journalists. All journalists from Fox News to CNN and everywhere in between have disavowed what the Pentagon wants to do, which is make it so that they can only report on certain things.
To our viewers here, what they're really doing, they want to spoon feed information to the journalists, and that will be their story. That's not journalism. Journalism is going out and finding the story and getting all the facts to support it.
Retired General Jack.
So that is a retired general right there speaking out against the Pentagon. You love to see, I mean, boy, our country is being held up right now by a lot of good people that are speaking out against these insane policies. And boy, you know what? It helps me sleep at night. We're on the right side of this story, and we're going to continue to talk about it. That's for sure. We're here twice a day, every day, pop culture and politics, a little bit of everything in between. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Dave, and this is The Rush.